Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with atbbq.com, and this is the Baconator. Well, with 4th of July right around the corner, I thought, what better way to celebrate America than with beef, bacon, and American cheese? Let's make some burgers. USA! USA! No surprise here, the Baconator is gonna start off with bacon. I'm gonna mince up a ½ pound, and we're gonna get this rendered down so we can make some baconaise. All right, so we'll start this off in a fairly cool skillet, turn it up to about medium low, and just let this render out and get crispy. So we're cooking on the 640 today. We're running at 425 right now. I'm just throwing in a whole bunch of bacon on a rack. This is one of my favorite ways to cook bacon because of the way it renders out. And this is the bacon that's actually gonna go on the burgers. So obviously the signature mark of any Baconator burger is the square shape, which means we gotta do a little shaping here. We're working with 1/4 pound brisket blend pucks from Creekstone Farms. I'm just gonna start by smashing this out. And we're gonna go pretty thin because then we're gonna have to shape it into a square. So now once it's smashed out, I'm just gonna square up all the edges with my bench scraper. Pretty simple process. Press it back out so it's fairly even. You can always leave it a little bit thinner in the middle. Now it's already 90 degrees in Kansas right now, so these are gonna go right into the fridge to chill down before we cook them. Back to the baconaise now. We're gonna take our cooked crispy bacon in that fat, separate the fat from the bacon. And then we're gonna build our mayonnaise using what bacon fat we can get out of here and supplement the rest with avocado oil. All right, so we're gonna measure this out. We need 3/4 cup of fat overall. So whatever we don't get out of the bacon, we just supplement this avocado oil, and then we still get that bacon flavor in there. Avocado is super neutral in flavor, so that bacon fat, that aroma, that flavor, that can all shine. Now let's put this thing together. We're gonna whisk this by hand. We're starting with 1 yolk. We're gonna add a little bit of our market mustard from Kozlik's. Squeeze a lemon juice in here. And we'll start whisking. And we're gonna start slowly adding or drizzling in our fat, our bacon fat and avocado mixture. We're gonna start very conservatively at first, make sure that that's actually getting emulsified. If you see it where it's starting to separate like that, just give it a good whisk and wait a second before you add a little bit more. Now the more this comes together, the faster you can add that fat in, and this is gonna start to thicken up. Now typically with these proportions, this is gonna end up being a little bit thick, so we'll finish this off by thinning it out. I want a little bit more tang in here, so we'll use some apple cider vinegar, but you could also just use some water, and then we'll give it a little bit of seasoning. All right, so we got a great consistency going here, which means we don't need to add a lot, but we're just gonna put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there. And like I said, just thin it to the consistency that you like the best. I'll shake in some seasoning. I'm using our Lone Star brisket rub just because it's super basic. You got salt, pepper, garlic, celery seed. Nothing that's gonna stick out a lot, but it's gonna add some depth of flavor. Last couple of things we're gonna add here, a little bit of chives, and then we're gonna chop up some of that bacon and add that as well. Gonna break this down super fine so we don't have any big chunks sticking out, because we are gonna have plenty of bacon on top of this burger already. We're just trying to inject that flavor. We're gonna whisk that in. Might as well get a little taste while we're at it. Nice tanginess. It's bacony. It needs a little bit more salt though. All right, so we just upgraded the Baconator by making baconaise. All right, bacon's looking good. That's fully rendered. We'll let it cool just a little bit. Why don't we season up our patties and get them on the grill? All right, time to grill up these burger patties. We're using the Meat Church Blanco seasoning. This stuff is an awesome all-purpose seasoning. Just don't go too heavy. We're gonna hit the first side, and then once we get these on the griddle, we'll flip them and season the other side. Now this is direct. There's no diffuser right underneath this, so we're getting that flame right onto the griddle. Still sitting at 425 degrees though. We're gonna get a good sear on here. Some seasoning on this opposite side. Flip them and get some cheese on there. Now let's get a look at this. Oh yeah, that looks good. And then we're gonna hit it with some good old processed American cheese. All right, cheese is melted, burgers are cooked through, so they're coming off. We're gonna clean up this griddle a little bit, just give these buns a little toast, mostly just to warm them up and soften them. Softened up with a little bit of crisp. That's what we want. All right, bottom bun, Baconaise. We're gonna add a patty, slice of bacon, another patty, slice of bacon. And then top bun is gonna get the double treatment. First Baconaise, then technically we should be using Heinz ketchup, but I wanted something with a little bit more flavor, so we're using our Chipotle ketchup. Taking some creative liberties here. Boom. All right, let's tear this thing apart. That's the biggest bite I've taken on camera in a long time.
And you might have like something on your face right there.
Well, that's some bacony goodness, that's for sure. The Baconaise, the bacon fat, the beef fat has all just kind of like melted into the bun. I gotta say, I'm not a ketchup on a burger guy. But because of how salty the bacon is, we got that great Blanco seasoning on there. The ketchup balances it out. You won't hear me put ketchup on a burger very often, but I'm gonna say it, it's pretty dang good. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoy the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to atbbq.com/thesauce. All Things Barbecue recommends you go eat a salad now.